You want to bring in now former UBS PaineWebber chairman and current chief of Route 9B Technologies, Joe Grano. Joe, good to see you.
Hi, how are you?
Haven't seen you since you were running UBS PaineWebber days.
That's about 5-6 years ago.
A long time. So tell me about Route 9B Technologies. This is a cyber company.
Yes, one of many that have evolved since this problem has come about. But we're a bit different in that we've amalgamated what I consider some of the best talent out of NSA, Cyber Command, DOD, et cetera. And these people are unbelievable in terms of their approach. Unlike some of the passive firewalls that we've all been utilizing and ask and answer the question, what do JP Morgan Chase, Target, Home Depot, Sony all have in common?
Right.
What they have in common is despite spending hundreds of millions of dollars, their enterprises were exploited by hackers, primarily state-sponsored, China, Russia, et cetera. So as a country and in the private sector, we need to take a different approach. I'm not suggesting what we have today is wrong. It's just not enough. We have to supplement and go more on the offense in what the government calls a hunt.
But the New York Stock Exchange wasn't cyber, we've learned.
Yeah.
What do you think was behind that?
Well, what I heard yesterday, that it may have come from a systems upgrade the night before. You don't do that. You wait till Friday and beta test over the weekend if you want to change the system.
I just said that to someone else, and I just wondered why they did that.
Why would they have done that in the morning?
But, also, Joe, I mean, it just seems to me like every time we do one of these cyber breach stories, we're never ahead of the hackers. They're 2-3 steps ahead of us, and we can't catch up. Well, and it seems to me like the government has got to partner better with the private sector to come up with
three categories of hackers. You have the state-sponsored, and they're sitting in a building in China, very highly trained, where our systems people were never really trained. They have to get trained, and that's part of our objective, I think. Secondarily, you have the professional one who wants to steal your IP, your identity, and sell it, and many of them are connected to organized crime. Then you have the hobbyist who wants to show you how smart they are, that they can get into your system and beat you, or a disgruntled employee. So there's different layers. So the real point is you can't just be defensive. You got to go on the offense. You have to surveil your enterprise 24/7. And fortunately, we're building an operations center that'll do that, but we really don't have that capability in the United States today.
Well, Nicole Petalides is down there. She's been the only one down there at the New York Stock Exchange for like a long time. I mean, really, there is a complacency and a laziness to it. There's no offense down there. Nicole's down there. That's offensive, like in a good way, but I don't know about anything else.
Also, Keith, in any crisis, communications are paramount. If you recall, you were broadcasting in 2001 when the exchange delayed an opening.
That's right.
But Grasso and Zito, every 15 minutes, came and informed you what was going on.
You're right.
And I didn't see that yesterday. That was a mistake. You should be telling clients where to go. Or you're going to have another opening rotation. But remember, perceptively, the New York Stock Exchange may not be the primary market, but it is a primary market for price discovery.
Isn't it extraordinary, though, that today, one day later, people are thinking, no big deal, the New York Stock Exchange, because there are 10 other places to trade?
I think it is a big deal.
So do I.
Perceptively, it is a big deal. It's just as I do think China's a big deal in terms of market manipulation. I think that's a big deal, too.
So you said when you first sat down, the exchange has what market share?
About 25%.
25% market share relative to, in the 90s?
85.
Pretty unbelievable.
I mean, the fragmentation of the markets, I think, have hurt the quality of the markets. Many more choices. But the transparency isn't there that was there. And I think, in all fairness, I think the industry, when they lost it, Grasso, we lost a lot of quality of markets.
I agree with that. Joe, good to have you on the show today.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much. Joe Grano joining us. Coming up